Definitely my favorite Judas Priest song. Anyway, can't play that on here on YouTube. Anyway, I went over to Goodwill and I found a Judas Priest album. I actually kind of grabbed it really quick without looking. I checked the disc. I generally don't really care for live stuff. It's live in Japan, unleashed in the East. Anyway, I think this is one of their more popular live albums. But I mean, 99 cents. It's probably 1979 CBS records. What's funny is I cannot read this with my eye. The camera seems to pull away. Oh, the case is kind of scratched. I found that and some other stuff. So this stereo here, I turn it up halfway. It's like stuff starts coming out of the ceiling. Sawdust is blowing out from here. These speakers here are the ones that are hooked up. They don't have vents in the back, but somehow it's moving enough air in this room that stuff from behind it is actually blowing around. Because I drilled a couple holes back here, and there was sawdust, and it was blowing out the back. I cranked it that hard. I was standing over here, and I saw from up in here a little white piece of foam blow out of here. I'm like, damn. So, yeah, I really like my music. But, when I go and look for CDs, a lot of times I end up finding a lot of stuff I really don't care about. I have a wide variety of bands that I like, but actually most of these would not be considered what I would probably prefer to listen to. But I'm open-minded and I listen to other stuff. I started listening not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, Boz Scaggs. I never knew who he was. I heard about him. Here's another CD. I like a lot of the music from the 90s. Of course, but mostly what I do is I got my XM radio over here, and it sits on liquid metal. And I like metal music for current music. There really isn't a lot of music that I like that is current, except for metal. There's some really good metal bands, but we won't get into that anyway. And when I say metal, I'm not talking about bands like Metallica. Metallica is not metal. Metallica is, they're mainstream. They're not that heavy anymore. When Metallica came out in the 80s with Kill 'Em All and those albums, it was heavy back then, but metal has escalated to a far new level. 7-string guitars, 8-string guitars, more aggressive drum patterns and things like that. It's completely changed. But anyway, I don't... There's a lot of bands I like the early stuff and I don't support what they do now. But that's just my taste. Hasn't changed. They have. So anyway, I found those over there, and then I found something really cool. I found a Logitech a Bluetooth keyboard, and the little battery piece was still sitting in here. It's never been used. I don't know what the date on the battery is. There should be a date. They almost always have a date on them. They do say not for retail, so we know that they're the originals. So anyway, so you can pair 3 different devices to this. So my idea is, when you see the oscilloscope, you see the keyboard. And here's a full-size keyboard. So Why not, right? I have a Bluetooth actual module on the back of that one. But so, like with this, you could be portable with your radio. Have this really nice keyboard. It feels really solid. It's so well made. But look, I mean, like I could have this keyboard right here. Also, this radio is compatible with a keyboard. I forget what the hell it does. You can also use a mouse with this radio. But what I found is only a wired mouse works with this radio. I don't know what you would do with a keyboard. Oh, look at this. This key is bad. Damn it. Maybe that's why they donated it. That sucks. Oh, I just pushed it in and it went back in. So I think probably it got biffed up. You have to be really careful with these. Cool. Okay, anyway, this is going to be really handy for where I don't have a lot of room. It's a k380 Logitech. Couldn't beat it, right? So anyway, I'm just kicking back. It's 5:30 something. And I've been listening to 11 meters all day. And just to do something different. I don't talk on here. This radio doesn't transmit on here. Believe it or not, this radio doesn't even work on 11 meters either. This one doesn't. This one does. Actually, I have used this one before. And I just happened to hear everybody in Seattle on Channel 8. And I got on it and used it, and they heard me. It wasn't real good conditions, but yeah. Normally, I don't ever get on there, but it's interesting to listen to for sure. It really, Channel 38 sounds a lot like ham radio to me. Anyway, we shall catch you guys later. I've got a scanner to fix, so we'll talk in a bit.